in 30 words or less. Describe a task, something that you're working on that you need help with right now that would benefit from 20 or so minutes of critically generous, Jean Marie, to follow through with the pre-con theme, of critically generous feedback, perspective, help, anything that you're working on. And so Yasmin very helpfully put hers in as a model. I have a task in there that I need help with right now. And so if you could, and again, it needs to be in 30 words or less because the box that it's going to show up in will not expand, which I thought at first was a bug, but then I realized it forces you to be concise in your description, and then you can read quickly other people's. So let me share my screen with you and show you what this looks like. All right. There you all are. So you can see how other people's things are listed here. They're things that they need help with. This is how mine looks to me, but mine will show up in the list down here for you. And then I'm going to go through here and rate on 1 to 5. I'm rating each one individually. How much I think I can help that person with that task that they're working on.
Do we need to wait until everyone has uploaded a task before we rate it, or?
No, because it'll make the pairs when I click this button right here that says make pairs. So as new people add their, I mean, I will say, that's how it was the last time I used this tool, not that long ago. So we'll see what happens this time. Beautiful.
I have a quick question. I put it in the chat too, but once we get into the pairs, will we be talking, like orally speaking, or is our correspondence entirely typed?
So what we're going to do is I'm going to put you in breakout rooms once we have the pairs, and so it can be your choice. You could turn off your camera and just talk to each other with the chat, or you can speak in a breakout room like we do with Zoom. Does that work for you? Do you want me to find another workaround?
No, I don't really understand what the exercise is, so that helps me define what my task would be if I understand the medium through which I would be communicating potentially with a partner.
No, that's a great question. So after everybody has entered their task that they need help with right now, then now you can go through and start rating how much help you think you could give each one of these folks with this task. And then when everybody has rated everybody else, I'll click make pairs. And then the algorithm is going to put you into pairs based on how much you thought you could help somebody with their task, combined with how much they thought they could help you with yours. And then I'm going to put you into breakout rooms with your pair, and you'll spend 20 minutes talking about and working on the first person's thing that they need help with, and then I'll send a message, and we'll spend 20 minutes working on the second person's. So I'll explain maybe as I'm putting folks into breakout rooms, or maybe just right now, I'll explain how I've used this in classes, and also how I've been a participant of a pair research session. And it's a really great way for leveling hierarchies and for finding undiscovered modes of expertise that people have. So the first time I went, and this tool was developed by some of my engineering colleagues at Northwestern, and I was kind of the token humanist artist PhD student who was always coming to their meetings. And so I went to a peer research session that involved some really high profile folks in the engineering community at Northwestern, and I was there, and I got matched with somebody who's, I mean, this guy's probably bringing in $6 million a year in NSF funds to Northwestern because he's a super fancy roboticist guy. But he had put as his thing that he needed help with, that he was trying to identify an embodied thing that he could have study participants do, that if they got it right, they would feel elated. And if they got it wrong, there was a serious risk of being injured. But the IRB was like, hey, you can't injure people, so you'll have to come up with something that people already do. He's like, I couldn't think of anything. And I thought, you know, that sounds to me like a dance or gymnastics or something like that. So we got put in a pair, and he couldn't figure out why he had been matched with a theater PhD student. And so when he explained what he wanted, I said, you mean like being on point in ballet? And he said, oh my God. Oh my God. That's exactly what I'm talking about. But it was a low stakes as a scaffolding tool. It was an 1.5-hour session. He had no future responsibility to mentor me in any capacity. And I had wanted help on understanding how you write NSF grants. I just didn't know what that meant. And so that was why the algorithm matched us. And it was a great moment of connectivity across radically different hierarchies and disciplines that I helped him. He helped me. We made a brief low stakes connection. We both made tangible progress in an 1.5 hours, and I got to meet somebody that I never would have, and same with him. And so being a participant in a session like that was really impactful for me. We've used it at public humanities events at Northwestern for folks, again, to just connect with people who can help them with something in a very small, low stakes way. And then I use it in classes when students have a range of different tasks that they're working on, and they help each other and they get help. Because what we find with students and being able to self-direct a complex process, like doing a research project or staging a production, is that they don't ask for help until they have gone way down the road when they should have asked for help 15 steps ago. And so this is a tool for normalizing how to ask for help, and also giving students a sense that they are empowered and an expert in something. So it's just a tool. It's a jumping off point.